All right, I think I'm about as set as I am. I'll let this just play on out. There it is. That's it. Okay. Nothing really set or planned for tonight. Coming off one of those hectic days. Didn't have a chance to really plan anything out, but let's see what is going on here. Oh, here it is. But I decided to go through a pile of books I picked up at different thrift stores. Because if you're like me, you enjoy reading something about the printed word that is quite enthralling. The power of the printed word, the feel, the tactile feel of handling a book in your hands, flipping from page to page, getting lost in the narrative, enjoying a good, well written story. I have a nice library myself, nice personal library. I always look for opportunities to add to it. And from time to time, I find myself at different thrift stores and around, odd shops here and there. And before I know it, I'm walking out with a box of books for like $2 or $3. And I am a pretty well happy camper after that. I go ahead and just turn on my, what do I want to do? I want to go here and go ahead and turn on my camera. There we go. My messy, cluttered desk. I got like a pile of books here. I'm trying to figure out which to start off with. I have some odds and ends here. I have, let's get right into this big one here. This is Isaac Asimov presents The Golden Years of Science Fiction, 5th series. Seems to be in pretty good shape, and for 20 cents, this is probably a steal for 20 cents. And I was flipping through it, checking out some of the authors. 33 stories and novellas, edited by Isaac Asimov and Martin H. Greenberg. 5th series. Stories by Isaac Asimov, of course, Paul Anderson, William Tenn, H. Beam Piper, Theodore Sturgeon, T.L. Shared, and many, many others. I'm actually looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun read, I believe. 1983. This 1985 edition, published by Bonanza Books. Unfortunately, it did not come with a desk cover, which is unfortunate, but that was a pretty nice find. I might have touched on these in a previous video, but one thing I always look for is my interesting books on the art or craft of writing from my own personal library. This one looks like an interesting read. The Art of Dramatic Writing. Let me open this up. And well, it's got a dog ear on one page. Somebody actually read this and cared enough about it to actually dog ear a page on a passage they thought was really important. So once I have the opportunity to dig into this book, I'll see why they dog-eared that particular page. We go into character, conflict, general, exposition, dialogue, plays analyzed. That sounds interesting. So yeah, The Art of Dramatic Writing by Lajos Egri. That should be kind of interesting. Couple of oddball books I picked up some time ago. Plot and Structure, Characters, Emotion, and Viewpoint. One by Nancy Kress and the other by James Scott Bell. Techniques and Exercises for Crafting a Plot that grips readers from start to finish. Techniques and Exercises for Creating Dynamic Characters and Effective Viewpoints. So for my own research, for my own personal reference library for creative writing, I'm hoping these will be pretty interesting. I'm going to set them over there so my camera don't freak out. Right out of the gate and the chat. Yes, I am live. Hello, Jason Fox from 540 Studio. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hail there. Yes, thank you so much for joining me as I share some books I picked up cheap from different thrift stores. This one, no dust cover on him, but he is titled Shakespeare's Insults for the Office. Does not look like it has ever been opened, but it is probably talking about office life and how you can find inspiration in insulting your coworkers the way Shakespeare would. I don't know. It has been ages since I've been in a office, so I don't know if I'll ever make use of that, but that one seemed interesting. This one, it was a dark and stormy night. The funniest opening sentences from the worst novels never written. The best, ? From the Bulwer Lytton Contest, compiled by Scott Rice. So what this book is, I was thumbing through this book, and it was like a literary contest that challenged people to write the absolute worst opening sentences for novels that were never published or imaginary novels. So I got a little question and answer segment right in the start of the book. What is the purpose of having such a contest? The contest was created to fill a need. Most literary contests are inherently unfair, favoring, as they do, talent, sensibility, and intelligence. They are snooty affairs that only encourage the tyranny of the talented. Oh no. Rewarding a favored few by perpetuating a talentist chauvinism. They're callously neglectful of the mediocre masses, those who might be authors if they had any craft, vision, or message. So yes, this is a contest that challenged people to write the absolute worst opening sentences of imaginary novels. And there were a couple of, this was, I don't know when this was, 80s. I was reading further on, and oh, here we go. So this first sentence is from 1983, from the person who apparently won the 1983 contest, followed by the 1984 contest winner. So brace yourselves. Here's the worst opening sentence of a never published novel. The camel died quite suddenly on the second day, and Selina fretted sulkily and buffing her already impeccable nails, not for the first time since the journey began, pondered snidely if this would dissolve into a vignette of minor inconveniences like all the other holidays spent with Basil. Yeah, that was pretty bad. All right, the sentence from the no, that's not safe for work, shall we say? We'll skip that winner. So yeah, I was reading through these, and some of these opening sentences are pretty bad. Some of these are doozies. Let's see if I can find another quick one here. Yeah, I go through occasionally. I will have free time to actually crash on the couch, pick up a good book, and start reading. Like I said, there's nothing like the tactile feel of a book in hand, flipping from page to page. This one I may like breeze through this book more later on, and maybe in future live streams share a passage from the funniest opening sentences from the worst novels never written. So yeah, I may share that more with y'all in future live streams. Going to set that aside now. Now, let's see here. Oh, this is good. Occasionally, I go into thrift stores. I'll find books like 10 for $1, 5 for $1, and anything with Charlie Brown. Those are automatic buys right there, especially when they're like 10 cents a piece, things like that. I mean, this harkens back to my own childhood in the 70s. So yeah, I will never pass up a chance to buy some Charlie Brown. I gotta be careful with some of these, because the problem with buying used books is that people will scribble their names either on the covers or inside the books, and such as one of these. I'll cover the name here because I don't want to like share a name, but this is What's It All About, Charlie Brown. That's a nice book to have. This has some age to it. Let's see, copyright 1968. Cartoons copyright 1950, 51, 52, 53, 54, so on and so on, because it's Charlie Brown, and Charlie Brown went back a good ways. But yeah, these are always fun books to read. Let's set these aside. It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, Charles M. Schulz. And again, before I dive into it, I want to make sure nobody's like scribbled their name in it. I don't want to like flash a strange person's name on camera. Okay, nope, no name. This book is in really good condition. Well, aside from the cover having come off of it, but given the age of the book, that's still, I mean, just looking through, I've got a nice collection of Charlie Brown books from my own childhood. So many decades back. And I see ones like this that I don't own, and it's like I can't resist these. So those are going, I'm going to set those aside there. Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators in the Mystery of the Flaming Footprints. Another chunk of my childhood here. For those who don't know, Alfred Hitchcock, famous mystery writer person type guy. Oh, this book has seen some use. And again, it looks like it's got somebody's name scribbled in it. So I'm going to be careful with that. But anyway, I've got a nice little collection of the Three Investigators. Essentially, three junior high or high school age kids that go on adventures solving mysteries and crimes. Hello, West Cagle. Good to see you here tonight. I loved reading The Three Investigators as a kid. Yeah, I did as well. I do believe there's at least one movie based on the series of books. I don't know how many movies have been made based on the characters. And then another thing I came across was a series of Nancy Drew books. I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Not familiar with these. Have not really read these any. The Hardy Boys, The Tower Treasure. Nice, very clean hardcover book. It's almost like no one has read this one. The spine is in really nice condition. Like that one probably hasn't been cracked open and read. Well, I will go through these someday soon. I will go through these. I already have like bookshelves after bookshelves filled with books. Let's see, what's some other interesting books I've come across? I get some of these because Watership Down. Again, when you find books that are like 10 for $1, big box for $5 or some such thing, and I see ones like this that again harken back to my childhood, books I was reading in like middle school or whatnot for writing or book review type assignments. Watership Downs. I had to pick this one up because this one again brought back so many memories. The Celebrated Novel by Richard Adams. 20th Anniversary Edition. Let me check it off camera. Okay, this is a former library book, so it does have the unfortunate library stamping in it. But no one has scribbled their name in it. Copyright 1972. First Avon Books printing, April of 1975. Let's see, we've got another copyright notice of 1996. Very clean book. I'm going to enjoy reading this yet again because it's been ages since I've breezed through that. Catcher in the Rye, a novel by J.D. Salinger. Another nice, clean book. Robert A. Heinlein, Starship Troopers. I thought, okay, I've never actually read any Heinlein that I can remember. This book, let me check this book off camera real quick. It's in pretty decent shape aside from a crease on the front cover. This one appears to be a 2003 printing, so no, not terribly old, but still pretty neat to have. I'm pretty sure that is going to be much better than the movie because that's how things go. You get a book, you read the book, and then they go and make a movie based off of it, and you find yourself terribly disappointed. And no one will ever say, gee, that movie was so much better than the book. Black Beauty by Anna Sowell. Again, I'm just checking them off camera to make sure nobody scribbled their name on it because I don't want to open it up and flash the previous owner's name on it. Copyright 2014. Very clean. Almost like nobody has got somebody's business card in there. Okay, I'll make that business card go away. So yeah, these are all books I've picked up from different thrift stores recently. Occasionally I will like find new books to put on my bookshelves for my own personal library, whether they be for entertainment, books I will probably read in the coming years, books from my childhood that bring back pleasant memories, or books that will go on my reference library for creative writing. Because I keep telling myself, yeah, you've got a novel in you someplace that you can hammer out sometime soon. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to set this aside right there so my camera doesn't freak out. All right. These are really interesting. Ian Fleming. I've got a handful of Ian Fleming books. Flipping this around here for the titles. Oh, might as well just set them down here. Here we go. Casino Royale, Diamonds Are Forever, Dr. No, Goldfinger, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Spy Who Loved Me, Thunderball, Octopussy, The Man with the Golden Gun. Now, this was from somebody's, I won't say a estate sale. It was like I walked into one store and saw a bunch of books like in the middle of the store. It was like a little bit of everything in the store. And the guy said, yeah, my dad had these and he recently passed on. So now I'm just getting rid of them. And I looked at them. I looked at these and grabbed them, grabbed maybe enough to fill up a good sized cardboard box and said, how much you want for all these? And it was like, $7. So yeah, these were a steal. Now let me open these up. These have been read. They show some signs of use. But let's see, From Russia with Love, Other Signet Mysteries by Ian Fleming. From Wish with Love, Diamonds Are Forever, Dr. No, Live and Let Die, Goldfinger, Moonraker, For Your Eyes. So yeah, I have 19th printing, copyright 1953. So yeah, not a first printing, but a 19th printing. But still, to have this and this good of condition, that's pretty nice. Casino Royale, there's Diamonds Are Forever, Dr. No, a James Bond thriller, Goldfinger, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, Complete and Unabridged, a Signet book. I can just tell by the feel of these. These got some age to them. First time in paperback on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Okay, first time in paperback. I had to look some of these up because apparently two of them were published after Ian Fleming passed away. Oh, first printing, August 1964. So this is pretty neat. This is a first printing, first edition, first printing on Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's nice. Ian Fleming, The Spy Who Loved Me. This might have been, I don't know which one of these, which two of these were Never Before in paperback. Thunderball. The Last James Bond Novel. Ian Fleming's The Man with the Golden Gun. Pretty nice condition. So this might have been just bought, read, and then put on a bookshelf. (1965) first printing, July 1966. So yeah, first printing in pretty good condition. When I get the time, I'll enjoy reading through these to see what they're like. So yeah, normally I like sci-fi, fantasy, but if I find a good mystery novel, I'll pick that up and breeze through it. I'm going to set these right here. Now, as far as mystery novels go, yeah, this is something I came across, and it was like they were cheap, the price is right, dirt cheap. They were almost like giving them away. And I am not familiar with these at all. These look like, well, I guess more along the lines of James Bond. Philip Attlee, The Paper Pistol Contract, The Irish Beauty Contract. I have absolutely no idea what these are. The Fer de Lance Contract, The Ill Wind Contract, The Green Wound Contract. I'm sensing a theme here. The Rock-a-Bye Contract, Star Ruby Contract. All right. So a good chunk of these books, I have absolutely no idea what they are. Meet Joe Gall, the Nullifier. He kills by special contract only. In the great grim game of espionage, he is a master freelance counter spy, the cold deck artist, the enforcer, the ruthless takeout man who stops at nothing. His mission is always to win. However, he does it. If subtlety fails, he overturns the table and shouts earthquake. Okay, so yeah, this is more along the lines of James Bond, I guess. Spies, espionage, counter-espionage. I'm unfamiliar with these books. 1966, again. Very good condition for being from that era. So yeah, these are probably about the same as the James Bond. I'll put them to the side there. Let's see, what else do I have here? Now, let's dig into Charlie Brown here. This is a pretty nice, well, aside from the cover having come off of them. It was a short summer, Charlie Brown. Scholastic Book Services. I'll open them up carefully. Look at that beautiful color. The pages are nice and white. Very good condition for this book. Copyright 1970. First printing September 1970. Oh, goodness. I should take this to a bookbinder or somebody to see if I can have it safely repaired. On the first day of school, the assignment given to the class was to write a 500-word theme on what they did during the past summer. Linus raised his hand and asked, How do you teachers keep coming up with these great new ideas? Oh. That evening, Charlie Brown tried to work on his theme and soon found it harder than he thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 492 words to go. Sigh. Oh, goodness. What a blast from the past. I mean, this was for those of us who are alive back then, this brings back so many memories of a childhood from that period of time, long before there was the internet, uh, big screen telephones, or even cell phones at all. You're not elected, Charlie Brown. Student body president. Pretty nice condition for this book. Oh, goodness. First printing September 1973. As always, beautiful artwork from that era. If you're a fan of Charlie Brown, these books are great. It's something about just the color palette kind of takes you back to a bygone era, especially this right here. I'm going to carefully open them up. There you got school buildings, you got a play set, schoolyard. This is great. Great stuff. All right. Nancy Drew. I've always heard people talk about Nancy Drew, but I've never read any of these myself. Let's see. Case number 43. Case number 44. Case number 40. When a con artist enters the picture, it's Nancy who gets framed. A beautiful woman in nearby Mapleton has been bilking the members of a posh country club out of thousands of dollars. The extortionist's name, according to the victims, is Nancy Drew. What's worse, the con artist is a dead ringer for the teen detective. The fix is in, and Nancy feels the sting, but two can play at this con game. Disguising herself as a reporter, Nancy resolves to ferret out the truth. The story is hot, but the news is all bad. A small-time Chicago hood has turned up dead with Nancy Drew's name in his pocket, and now the police suspect her of murder. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy reading some of these. This looks particularly interesting. When I saw this on the shelf, it's like, oh, I've got to have this. I got to collect this. The Hardy Boys, The Tower Treasure. Now, between this, The Three Investigators, and similar books, and then there I was watching all the episodes of Outer Banks on Netflix about high school kids going off on adventures looking for pirate treasure. This is like these are just pretty fun themes to explore. But yeah, I keep going back to these old Ian Fleming books. These have got some age to them. Look at this. 60 cents. Back when you could buy novels for 60 cents. This was published, copyright 1955. 24th printing. Flamboyant, red-cropped hair, florid skin, eyes blazing with hate. This is the face of Hugo Drax, the mystery man behind Moonraker. A stranger, he came out of nowhere to build England the deadliest weapon ever devised by a human brain. A maniacal genius, he now holds the life of secret agent James Bond in his fiendishly clever hands. This is nice. Okay, this is a nice little book haul. I just wanted to come on and share some of these with everyone. Was not planning on going too terribly long tonight. I may actually wrap it up before the 1 hour mark. It has been a very long day for me, and I'm trying to stick to a live streaming schedule, getting back into the swing of things with my Monday evening and Wednesday evening live streams. And the more I try to stick to some kind of schedule, the easier it will be for me to actually stick to a schedule and get into a routine for live streaming. But as always, let's see, what am I going to do? What am I doing? I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go back here. Aha. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight, whether you're live, lurking, or you catch me on a replay. Thank you so much. Thank you to Jason Fox from 540 Studio for joining me tonight. Hey. Nice to see you in the chat. West Cagle, good to see you in the chat tonight as well. Let's see. What will I be doing the rest of the week? Aside from being pretty busy, I'm looking forward to Friday, being on the Comic Relief Crusaders Friday afternoon show. Saturday afternoon, my own live stream, be comic book related. All things comic book related will be on Saturday afternoon, 2 to 4 possibly. And then I will be joining I'll be joining Appion and others on his channel for the Farscape viewing, which is always a fun. That's so enjoyable rewatching Farscape and being with others who are new to the show. So that's on Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings on Appion's channel, or I'll be joining him. And then, of course, next week is the big week for those of us in America. It's Turkey Week, Thanksgiving. So between now and then, I want to thank you all again for joining me tonight. Where's my ending track? There it is. Go find a good book, read something you enjoy watching. Until next time, catch y'all later.